although you may want to hurry.
Thanks, Nosdormu. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another another video in our extra stuff playthrough. Once again, I have been working on another legendary quest chain for a legendary item. And in case you can't already figure out by where we are and who we are surrounded by, and, well, which raid we're in, we are going after the legendary daggers that you could get that were rogues only, obviously because they're daggers. At least, I doubt any other class could do this, considering that Rathian actually has voice acting and says rogue in it. But anyways, yeah, it is these right here. I think together they are called the Fangs of the Father. Yes, they are. Yeah, so I guess I should elaborate a bit on this quest chain. So this quest chain actually can be started as long as you have a rogue and you take it into the raid. When you enter the raid, to your right is going to be someone with an exclamation point who's going to be like, hey, you should go here and do this. And it kind of like goes from there. The interesting thing about this quest chain is that it's actually extremely story and lore relevant, because this is where we first encounter Rathian. And when I say first encounter, I mean we are there when he hatches from his egg. Yes. Part of the quest line is that they've heard that an egg of the Black Dragonflight survived, and they send you in because you're considered one of the best rogues around to get in there and try and find it and, stop it, from being used and all blah blah. Because they're, obviously with Deathwing and all that stuff going on in Cataclysm, they're terrified of this. When you get there, the egg is already hatched, and that's where you meet Rathian. He's like, oh, hello there. And he sends you on a number of things because Rathian apparently already has this stuff going on, or at least the people who are working for him or with him, I guess. And he sends you to go find someone in Karazhan. He sends you here, he sends you there. But the bulk of this questline is going to have you here in the Dragon Soul raid, because you are collecting these dark residium cluster things, that he's saying he needs them to be able to craft you something very special and powerful as a thank you for your assistance in this matter. In the case of the culmination of this, it's basically, all right, so I need you to go to get these things, and then I need you to get a piece of my father when you defeat him, and I will make you legendary daggers. This is basically kind of the gist of it. So you're going to be spending a lot of time here in Dragon Soul because you need to do multiple runs to get the stuff to drop for you. And from what I understand, the higher the difficulty, the more likely you are to get those things to drop. So I recommend doing this on 25 heroic every single time. I mean, not to mention, it also increases your chances of having any of the 3 mounts that you can get from this from dropping. So that's basically the gist of it. So I did the ship battle, which got me all 60 clusters that I needed. Then I left, and then I went to Rathian, turned it in, and he's like, all right, so your next target has claimed the lives of all my other assassins. I need you to kill my father himself. You must destroy Deathwing. We are out of time. His madness has already corrupted all the others of my kind, and his darkness will consume the world if he is not stopped. If you by some miracle succeed and can retrieve from me a piece of him, perhaps a fragment of the armor that he uses to disguise his true chaotic nature, the reward I give you will be without equal. So we are here to destroy Deathwing and then retrieve a fragment of Deathwing's jaw. I just did the spine of Deathwing, got that done. Believe it or not, the more times you do it, the more comfortable you get at being able to do it and solo it. At least that's how it's been for me. At first, it was infuriating the first couple times I tried to do this. I basically had to acquire other add-ons like bigwigs to help me because I needed visual counters on my screen, and the audio of the countdown, the 10-second timer of going back and forth in order to do it. So I just did that, and so now we're about to do Madness of Deathwing, which should get me the jaw. And, of course, I have a chance at getting either of the 2 mounts that can drop from this. So I thought I'll go ahead and record this for you guys starting here, and then we'll finish the quest chain, because this is the last quest in the quest chain, obviously, since these are the rewards for this. And hopefully one of the mounts drops. It's also a chance both mounts could drop, but let's not get greedy here. Alright, let's go ahead and finish this off.
What is it you wish?
I like how it starts off with, did you hear that? What's that noise?
You have done nothing! I will tear your world apart!
I will bring you closer to the Emerald Dream. Sit safely there when the fight becomes too intense.
Gosh.
I will cleanse.
It always marvels at the visual here.
My fire will not harm you.
The visual of Deathwing literally coming apart. That's why he had those adamantium plates put on him, not to keep stuff out, but to keep all that in. It's such an incredible visual here.
I will charge you with arcane energy to blast your foes!
Deathwing, the destroyer, the end of all things.
Of all things, inevitable, indomitable, I am the Cataclysm!
He's completely mad.
Well done! I will realign the flow of mana and fill the Dragon Soul with all my arcane might.
Goodbye, Deathwing. We'll check that in just a moment. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I skip the cinematic here. Skip that. Alright, let's see. There's the fragment of the jaw. No mount. Sad face. Well, hold on. So you have to go to Ravenholt Manor, because that is where they took the egg that he hatched from, because apparently that's what's going on. Now, here's something cool, and I've already used this. As a rogue, you can get a scroll of teleport to Ravenholt Manor. It's a 1-hour cooldown. So, I unfortunately already used it. So, let's see. What's going to be the fastest way for me to get there? I'll just go ahead and use my Dalaran Hearthstone. I think perhaps I could take the portal to the Twilight Highlands. I thought it was great while doing this quest chain that I was using the Obsidian Worldbreaker mount. I found it funny after I turned in the last quest, one of the lines of voice-acted lines of dialogue that Rathian says is, "There's no one that I fear more than my father." And I'm like, you mean him? And I just kind of pulled them out. I was showing him like, hey, son, hey. All right. Yeah. The Arathi Highlands. Yeah, this character doesn't have the portal to the Arathi Highlands unlocked. Like my main shaman does. Because I haven't had this character progress in BFA that much. Because really, I feel no need to do so. So basically, yeah, this is going to be like the closest I can go. And then just kind of fly over there. Let's just say when I found out about, yep, still can't unlock that. All right. That when I found out about the added feature to this patch that you can be able to transmog your legendaries, I had a bit of extra motivation to want to finish this quest line. It's a shame I got none of the 3 mounts from that raid. If you need a reminder, let me just go ahead and show you. 25 heroic. Experiment 12B. Yep. That didn't drop. Binder's Handmaiden. That didn't drop. And the Reigns of the Blazing Drake. None of these dropped for me while I was doing this. I have gotten all the pets, though. Yes, even this. I pretty much got the entire 25 heroic set on this character for this class from doing this raid here. I think it's an okay looking set. Of course, this has been the set that I've been working on because I love this set so much. This is an amazing set for a rogue. I just don't have the belt and the boots. So I have to get Tichondrius and Nighthold and Xavius and Emerald Nightmare, which is fine on this character because I'm still farming Nighthold for those mounts, so I don't mind going through there. Plus, I enjoy Nighthold. And 2 things to get from Emerald Nightmare on this character. The boots, obviously. But because this is a leather character, I can also be able to get the... I can also be able to get the shoulders of Xavius, the first Satyr Spalders, because as long as you're a leather-wearing class, it doesn't have to be a specific class, just one that wears leather, you can be able to collect the first Satyr Spalders transmog. So I don't mind going through either of those raids on my rogue at all. One of the other sets I really like is this one right here for Hellfire Citadel. That's an awesome set. I really like that. This one is just kind of to me, but anyways. Sorry guys. Yeah, that's going to be going off a lot. There's a lot of rares that are just here in this zone. Just kind of ignore the horns as much as you can. It's not as annoying as the horns from the Eastern Plague Lands, but... I finished this entire set. Really like that. There's some other sets here that I think are pretty cool that I wouldn't mind collecting. That's a cool set. I like that. The problem is you have to get some of the pieces from the Arcavan the Stone Watcher in the Vault of Arcavon, and I hate having to try and farm that raid because it's a raid that you can only access if your faction controls it, since it's in a PvP zone. It's so annoying. You can't just go there. You have to wait and see whether or not your faction controls it. Now, if you have a class on each faction and you're wanting to farm it, then you can just switch back and forth, I guess, but especially when that's a raid that has a mount that people would want to farm. Alright. We are finally here. Rathian! What the? Something happened while I was gone. Huh. Rathian, what happened? Moztraz?
Your eyes do not deceive you. The treacherous Red Dragonflight sought to kill me off. I hope now you see the truth about them.
I mean, I'm sure Alex Straza, if she was aware of you, something tells me she's not fully aware of her. But you gotta remember, this was at a point in time where no one conceived of the idea that any black dragons could actually be free of the corruption that Deathwing had. They thought it was just, oh, you're a black dragon, you're corrupted by the old gods. So the idea that Rathian was this black dragon, brand new, who was vehemently against the idea of becoming corrupted like his father, I mean, we're seeing that now in patch 8.3 with what he's doing now these days, right? So, anyways,
I must remain hidden so that I remain free.
So these were the 2 daggers he actually gave you to use during this quest line. the Maw of Oblivion, the Sleeper, and the Dreamer. And then there's the fragment of Deathwing's jaw. I can feel it, like a dark shadow lifted from the land. Dead. My father is dead. He takes the jaw fragment from you, his hand and face blur as he recites a dark enchantment. The gem clusters you collected earlier orbiting around his head. The jaw piece suddenly shatters, and with a terrible hissing sound, your twin daggers awaken. Your reward is ready. Take them. Quickly. You will need them momentarily. Hey!
Champion, you have your reward. But there is one final dragon we need to slay.
My prince, we should leave this place, in case they come back to finish the job.
Farad, I was just talking about you. The final black dragon. The one who's been more hidden than any of them.
Your Highness, I have never tried to conceal what I am from you.
Yes, you rescued me while I was still within my egg, and I owe you my life. But you are a black dragon, and you share the corruption of all my brothers and sisters.
That is not true.
Do you deny it? The dark visions? The voices in your head?
No, I am in control of the voices. They're here to help me.
And what are they telling you now, Farad? What do your dark masters whisper?
Kill. They want me to kill you now. Oh, why did you have to go and anger them? You have proven too difficult to control!
I will never be controlled! The Red Dragonflight has no idea what they unleashed when they experimented on my egg. Hero, strike now! Use your newfound power to finish him! It is done, friend. To my knowledge, I am the only black dragon who remains. A new age for mortals has dawned, and heroes like you are among the vanguard. I must go now. Disappear. Perhaps we will meet again. I hope we find ourselves on the same side.
Of course, he was just a little whelpling back then, back in Cataclysm. Of course, he plays a interesting role in the next two expansions. Obviously, very present in Pandaria. I mean, for goodness sakes, there's a rep you can get with the Black Prince in Pandaria. And then, of course, he basically causes, along with the help of another Bronze Dragon, the events of Warlords of Draenor to happen. And, well, you also know some of the things that have been going on lately. I find it funny that Farad had basically the exact same model of Nefarian. Alright. I like it that they're both basically the exact same thing. It's like, look, it's the same appearance, just two different daggers, just, Like, how far down the line here are they? There they are. So either Tyriosh, the Nightmare of Ages, or Golad, the Twilight of Aspects. I'm going to go ahead and equip these. You can definitely see the, I mean, first off, it's got the eyes. So the whole corrupted gear thing was started in Kata. Sorry. But, I mean, look at that. You got the N'Zoth eye. You have what looks like the adamantium plating and corruptive blood of that Deathwing had. You've got the tentacles of the old gods. You've got a hilt that looks like it's got horns along with the dragon eyes on it. Even the handles back here have these writhing tentacles on it. Oh my goodness. So, obviously, they're not worth using these days anymore, unless they ever decide to, bring a time-walking version of these. So, in case you're curious, well, what was the benefit of having the set? So, if you had the set back then, your melee attacks have a chance to grant Shadows of the Destroyer, which increases your agility by 10, stacking up to 50 times. Each application past 30 grants an increasing chance to trigger Fury of the Destroyer, which immediately grants 5 combo points and causes your finishing moves to generate 5 combo points, last 6 seconds. That's kind of nuts. So there it is. This is one of those feats of strength where you get the achievement showing that you are a wielder of the Fangs of the Father. So that is the quest chain for the legendary daggers from Cataclysm, where you are going to have to do Dragon Soul quite a number of times, and basically shows you the origins of Rathian, and considering how relevant he is right now, that's, well, in case you're curious. So, I'm trying to remember if there's any other legendaries I haven't gotten yet at this point. There might be. I can always just look it up. I can't think of any I've been working on. And I will see you guys next time.